What's going on, guys? This is comment section number 39. All right, here we go. Yes, Heart of the Sunrise. Freaking love this song. Fragile. D.H. Fensk. Fensky. What's going on? You have a very different way of enjoying music than I do. It seems to me that since you are a musician, you think about certain things while... Here it comes. What I was talking about in the last comment section, the whole taxing thing. Here it comes. Seems to me that since you are a musician, you think about certain things while listening, and so that feels taxing in a way. For me, this Yes music is like a playground that I get to explore. I'm an explorer, so Yes's music is a glorious, intricate, undulating soundscape that has fascinated and thrilled me for 50 years. That's a big, little, important part right there. For 50 years, you've been listening to this music, okay, right? I'm so glad to be sharing these listenings with you and really enjoy hearing your perspective that is different than mine. Yes, it's the best. Heart of the Sunrise is my favorite song in the universe. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, they have a lot of really great songs. They're very good at this prog thing. Well, I've picked it from among many superb Yes songs as the great one that best exhibits Yes's best work in a nice little package. Yeah, Heart of the Sunrise is just fantastic. It is. It's fantastic. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that for a lot of you, you've been listening to Yes, you've been listening to whatever music for years, for a ton of time. You're literally watching me, unless I say otherwise, you're literally watching me listen to something for the first time. And for music that's like this, hearing it for the first time is taxing, or whatever better word you want to use. You know, it takes more than one listen to digest. That's ultimately all I mean, right? It's like, okay, wow, that was wild. Let me hear it again. Because it's not so simple that my ear can just pick it all up. You know? Like, sure, I can pick up a bunch of things or whatever, it depends. And also, like, I listen to and hear different things in terms of sonically and, you know, kind of recording wise. I listen to that kind of stuff too. It's just whatever kind of pops out at me, really. And then as you listen to it multiple times, you're able to kind of really get more of it, have more of an understanding of it, and can speak more on it. This is why when I was doing the Rush discography, the overviews were so huge, because I would listen to the whole entire album, and then throughout the week, I would listen to the album on my own multiple times and have a better understanding, a better feel for it, and then talk about it again on the overview. Like, okay, I went and listened to the album 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times, however many times, depending on the album. And here's how I feel. Here's what I think. Here's what's going on. Here's, you know, whatever. Okay, so yeah. Cool. Thank you. All right, next. Yes, Siberian Katru, Kavi Caputo, 3332. What's going on? I've been thinking about your comment that the songs can be taxing on the listener. Yes, I wonder if it's because you have had formal musical training and so you intellectually know different parts should recur at this point in the song, or this section should resolve into that section, and you are anticipating what should come next. So this is like listening ahead, things like that. And then they don't do that. I've seen a lot of people in the comment section like me who do not have musical training and who sort of grew up listening to this who do not think it is taxing. It makes me think there is some correlation between a lack of musical training or education and the ability to just let go and let the song take you where it is taking you. The song's gonna go where it's gonna go, regardless of what I think or my input or not, because I make the music, right? So it's gonna go and do what it's gonna do. And again, kind of like in the last comment, what I was saying, you know, since you've been listening to it for so long, you know what's going to happen. You know what to expect, where I don't know what to expect. And that's the case whether it's Yes or whether it's Doja Cat. My audience is saying Doja who? Right? Or Nicki Minaj, or whoever, pop star, Taylor Swift, pop star insert here, right? Pop music. So obviously it's easier for my ear to hear ahead on pop music that I've never heard before than on stuff like this. That's just gonna be normal because that's just the nature of that style of music, right? That's not to say that interesting things can't happen within pop music that my ear isn't gonna hear ahead to, but that I could also find interesting. I actually like that kind of stuff. I like it. I think that that's what makes interesting pop music. I like that kind of stuff, where it doesn't need to be intensely difficult or strenuous, right? That's another word for taxing or just all that. And I think that the bigger thing has to do with my language of using those words, because those words are maybe more negative words. When something sounds taxing, they think of, taxes. And that sucks. Or, strenuous sounds difficult. Things like that. But that's not what I mean. What I really mean is just, it's music that requires more than one listen because it is for all the things I've said already, right? All right. I'm not always the best with words and with expressing myself with words, but I think you get where I'm going or what I'm saying about this. It's more demanding music. It takes more listens to really internalize it, to really get it, to hear it, to have it in your head playing without it playing outside. Does that make sense? Like, can you hear it can you play it in your head without the song playing? You need to hear the song multiple times in order to do that. For this music, you do. So it's that kind of thing. So, and I like to, especially when it's good music and all that, I like to, or music that I'm learning or anything like that, I want to get it to that place where I can play it in my ear without having to listen to it, without having to play the track, right? Okay. That said, I remember my first time hearing these songs, and I definitely listened to them a lot more times before I was ready to say whether I liked one song better than the others. There you go. Or this album better than Fragile or the Yes album. Bam. I mean, that's all I'm talking about. That's all this is. That's all this is. It's really just semantics in terms of my language. It's really all it is. I think that we're all on the same page in terms of that. It just takes more. I think I've said before in the comment section that I usually listen to each song 6 times on first listen. So 6 listens. So not really first listen. I mean, not in this world anyways. You know what I'm saying. I would play the entire song album really, so I had an overview, and then I would listen to each song by itself 5 more times in a row, each time focusing my ears on different musicians. One time would be to just follow Hal's guitar the entire song, then reset the needle, play it again, just listen to what Squire was doing through the song, and so on until I had spent one time through listening to each musician individually. That's a great exercise. That's a great way of listening to music and like getting it and all that kind of thing. And overall, just music appreciation, all that kind of thing. That's great. So maybe that's just another way of saying what you said. You'll need to listen to them more to get them, and my initial premise is just wrong. I mean, it's what I've been saying right now. You have to listen to it more than one time. I don't think it's a matter of whether or not you're a musician or not a musician, whether you studied music or not. Everybody, has to listen to it, and the music is what it is. You just have to listen to it for what it is, and what it is can be a lot depending on the style of music. And this music is more demanding than other music, where, if you're playing some song for a wedding or for a cover band or a tribute band or whatever, it could be you listen to it one time and you could just play it. Or it could be this stuff, which is going to take you a lot more time, maybe even rehearsals if you're playing it with a band and you want to make sure that you're all together, depending on how difficult the music is. So, there's that. Totally depends. But yeah. Cool. All right. Yes. NUNI, close to the edge. Steve Sharon, 4131. What's going on, buddy? It's interesting to me how Justin finds a lack of predictability to be taxing, where I find overly repetitive music to be taxing. They're different types. This is where again, I think it's semantics. It's just the vocabulary and the words. They're both taxing. They're both demanding or strenuous in different ways, though, right? And that is what you're saying. Because yeah, repetitive music is strenuous on your ear because your ear is like, God, this fucking sucks. I'm sick of hearing this, you know? Where this music is taxing or strenuous because it's demanding, because it demands you listen to it more than once in order to understand, for you to digest, in order for you to get it, right? It's just, we're just talking about semantics. I knew that when I started seeing the comments coming in, I was like, oh boy, I used the word taxing. Oh boy. Okay, so we're getting through it. We're getting through it together. It'll be fine. Okay, I don't want to always know what is coming next when listening to music, despite enjoying lots of popular music. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I agree. And this is why I like pop music that does things that is not expected. This is no different than, Beatles, right? Beatles is pop music, but back then, especially, it's like you're hearing things that are, maybe it's going places where you're not expecting it to go, but it's still pop music. It's still easily understandable and digestible even in one listen. Because it's not just an onslaught of rhythm and harmony and melody and just everything to the nth degree. That's more like this music. When I need to listen to something unpredictable, I find Yes to be the pinnacle of the marriage between unpredictability and accessibility. Okay. I mean, I do think that they're more accessible prog-wise than other prog stuff, I think. When I first fell in love with this band, to my ear, I couldn't predict what was coming next, but whatever came next always felt like it was the right thing. Cool. Yeah, no, listen, they're great. I think that they're fantastic. It just, some of it, not all of it, but some of it, especially where close to the edge, takes more than one listen to get it, to digest it, to understand what's going on, right? To have your ears just fully hear it and not just be like, what is happening? What's happening? I like this section. I like this. I like this. What's happening? What, can be a lot. So anyways. All right. Yes, America. Oh boy. Oh boy, people. Oh boy, did I get it. Get it. Apparently I was doing Close to the Edge. People were saying America. I saw that it was on the track list as an extra in 2003 or whatever version it came out with. And the song length was 4 minutes and 12 seconds. So what did you want me to do? I didn't know that there was another version. Didn't know. You weren't telling me at Fragile, hey, also do America on the extra version, on the 2003 re-release or whatever. I wasn't getting that. I was getting it at this point, so that's what I saw. Gary Roush, 1184, what's going on? Wrong version. You've been told for the last several days that this is not the version to do. Get it right, then I will listen and support you. So, needless to say, Gary Roush is not on the channel anymore because fuck all that. I'm not hearing any of this BS. And for those of you who don't know, right, I think I said it when Yes America when I do that real version, the actual version, the truncated version or whatever the heck you want to call it, okay? Because I went back and redid it. I don't know when this is going to come out, but whether you've seen it yet or it's coming out soon. I do these videos ahead of time. So you could be commenting on Yes songs and telling me to do things on Yes songs, and I already did all the videos. Because I don't have the time to record this and put it out tomorrow. And then you're commenting on it, and then for me to do a follow-up video or whatever and put it out tomorrow. Most people on the channel know this because you've been watching me. But other people who are new, I like to schedule out because I am busy. I have things to do. I got 5 gigs this week, just as an example. Right? I got 5 gigs this week. My wife is working. I got the kid. I have things to do. Okay? I have albums to put out. I have videos to put up every day. Okay? So that means I have some kind of schedule. Right? That means that I can't just do things last minute. That's not how people get things done. Who get things done, okay? I mean, there is some, you know, amount of that depending on if some fire needs to get put out or something like that. But YouTube is not a fire. Come on, people, right? It's me just putting out videos, and I like to do it, and I like to just, to me, it's like, this is, I'm gonna listen to new music anyways. Let me just do it on, oh, there's a thing called reaction videos or whatever. I can just, you can watch me. I can create content of you watching me listen to music and give my commentary. That's cool to me. And people will watch it. Great. Cool. There you go. So I'll do the whole album and that's it. You know, I'm done. And that could be, I could have done it 2 weeks ago. If I'm really ahead of schedule, 3 weeks ago. That's amazing. But usually at least a week. At least a week. So, you know, don't come at me. All right. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. I got more comments, so I'm going to cut it here. I'll catch you in the next video. Later.